Out what's happening at underwatertimes.com with Jeff Dudas joining us in Miami. Hello to you, Jeff.
Hey, how you doing, Whammo?
Very well, thanks. First up, we've got a celebrity crocodile.
Yes, it's a story out of Costa Rica. There was a big funeral over the weekend. Pocho, the domesticated crocodile, actually died. He was 50 years old, about 1,000 pounds. World-famous crocodile. He became famous because he was domesticated by a guy who found him. This was about 17 years ago. This guy named, is it Chito? Chito Sheeden found the crocodile. He was on a bank and he was shot in the eye. So someone had shot this crocodile. So he rescued the crocodile, took him home, nursed him back to health, even slept with the crocodile and sort of fed him and nursed him back to health. And he became best friends with this crocodile. And they would go swimming together and do everything together. And then one day someone saw this, how this guy was carrying on with the crocodile, and they decided to make a show out of it. And so in his town, there was this big show, and the media came and watched them. And so this has been going on for like 17 years.
Wowza. So 50 years, is that pretty old for a crocodile?
I think that's about right. I mean, I think they can live that longer, maybe even longer. So they said he died of natural causes, which is nice. He lived a long life, and they said everyone came out from the town came out to the funeral. They said hundreds of people actually came out, and story went on to say that when they said domesticated, he had taught this crocodile tricks. He could, on command, get him to wink his one good eye. He could get him to lift his head out of the water or his tail out of the water, and he could even put his head in the crocodile's mouth and survive that. So it was definitely,
Wow, a lot of trust going on there.
It's like a pet. It's kind of a wild story, but
yeah. Okay, all right. From Pocho the crocodile to some Siamese turtles.
Yeah, it's a story out of California. This guy, Todd Ray, he's the owner of what's thought to be the world's largest collection of double-headed animals. He was recently given a double-headed turtle. Actually, it's a Siamese conjoined turtle. And, someone had found this turtle, didn't know what to do with it. It was sick. He decided to give it to this guy who was famous for these double-headed animals. And so he took it over. And this little turtle was struggling because it was joined sort of at the chest, and one head would fight the other because it didn't know they were joined. It was trying to push it away and claw it away, and it was just sort of a sad story. It couldn't really survive. So they started looking around, asking vets, is it possible to separate these turtles, which was actually a big deal for this guy because he'd never even considered doing something like this before. And so the vets went out and looked, and evidently this has never been done before, to try to separate an animal. Especially this turtle, it's joined at the bottom shell, and you can't really separate that. So once you crack it or break it, it doesn't grow back. So looks like it's going to be a sad end for this Siamese turtle. Oh,
that's not a nice story at all. Well, finally, onto a mythical shark that may in fact be real.
Yeah, it's a crazy story. Back in the summer, there were some pictures from Mexico showed up, and these are always, of course, some strange places. But a fisherman had landed a shark, cut open its belly, and out plopped this one-eyed albino Cyclops shark, they called it. And it's the strangest looking thing in the world. I mean, it looked like it was made out of putty. And there was only one good picture I saw at the time, and I was sort of wondering, was it fake? Because everything now on the internet's fake.
Yeah, of course. No matter
what.
Yeah,
it's got to be fake. And so months passed by, and the scientists started looking at this thing, and they said it's real. So it's a real animal, and there's some more pictures that emerged, and you can tell it's actually a real strange animal. They said less than 50 types of this abnormality, I think it's called Cyclopia, has ever been recorded. So it's extremely, extremely rare in the animal kingdom, but it's evidently known, and so they're studying this shark. And the scientists do think, if it was born, it wouldn't survive because, a one-eyed Cyclops shark just can't survive.
Right. We just wouldn't be able to find its way through the ocean effectively.
Yeah, just too strange for a birth defect, but
Huh.
Yeah, there are some pictures if you want to see it. It's on the shark section of Underwater Times. It's worth a look. It's pretty crazy.
I will certainly head there now, underwatertimes.com. Thanks very much, Jeff.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Jeff Dudas joining us in Miami there. It's now 21 minutes.